Well, that's it for Nerd Court for tonight, but we're going on to our next debate, which I think is going to be everybody agreeing. Talking about AI art. If you can even call it art, it's AI-generated stuff that's stealing from other artists. That people are typing a prompt in, getting these pictures of whatever shit they're thinking about at 2 in the morning, and passing it off as something that they created, which is completely ridiculous.
Some of the interesting things that have happened since it's come out in the past month, I think. One guy wrote a children's book using AI art and AI for the writing, and then sold it, and then wondered why he got trashed on the internet. And so
because it takes no thought.
Well, I think it does take thought, but it doesn't take talent.
I would argue it doesn't even take thought.
So, but I'm just irritated by it because they are stealing from real artists, particularly artists that, they're not big corporations. It's artists who are making their livelihood, and they just scratch the internet to pull all this source material to then create something. And so it's deeply problematic. So Getty Images, which is a stock photography company, they'll be one of the first, I think, to do a lawsuit. Because some of their images were scratched, and so that's things that they sell. Yeah. And I expect that Disney's probably going to come online soon to just let some of that get stolen. I'm hoping that it gets shut down, and if there's a way to make some aspect of it useful and it not be thievery, I'm okay with it. But right now, it's nothing but thievery.
Well, and this might be where I differ from some of you guys. I don't think, to me, it's not the AI generator itself. It is the fact that people are trying to pass it off as their own work, their own creations, trying to sell it, profit from it.
Yeah.
Like, if you're creating something that you just think is cool, you want to, like, for instance, I saw something, somebody was creating, it was one of the Assassin's Creed characters from Odyssey, and they were, using Natalie Portman as, the assassin. And they generated a bunch of pictures, and then they were trying to sell it off look at this awesome thing I created. And I was like, you didn't create jack shit.
Well, that's the problem.
You typed Natalie Portman as an assassin into a generator, and it stole from all these other artists that had stuff.
That's what I'm saying. It's theft. And that's my problem.
But if they had just posted and said, hey, I had an idea, and this is, some AI-generated thing that I posted.
You might be okay with it.
I would be fine with that. Don't try to pass it off like you had some creative idea in mind from this artwork.
And I do see the nuance in what you're saying. I still have a problem with it because they're still stealing from artists who would otherwise, sell what they're making.
They're not getting paid.
So there's still even if they're not selling it, they are still thieving. So that's my issue.
Yeah, but see, I guess where it comes from is I can Google any picture, and I can look at it, I could post it and share it on Facebook, and there's no laws against that. Even if it's something that I haven't created, and I just say, hey, here's a picture that somebody drew, here's some Perez art thing that I saw on eBay, and I'm just sharing it to show you that it's there. But, I do get it. I
think that kind of thing, see, like what you're talking about, I don't have a problem with that. Because you're just sharing something, and that person gets recognition through that, okay?
And that is important. I would say if you could, like AI art, you can't really say who it's coming from, because you don't know.
And that's the problem.
So you can't credit the people. I could, if I was doing something, just pulling a Google image off, I could credit somebody and have that kind of barrier.
Because that's actually what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to credit people. When you share anything. But what I've seen is people taking the oatmeal. They'll take different comic strips from the oatmeal. There's another lady who does oh god, I can't even think of what it is now. But it's there's several. They'll take and they'll add their own captions into it because they want to make their own fucking joke out of it, and it's just it's stealing, and it's not appropriate, and it's a situation where God, there's this Korean artist who passed away back in November or October, and he was really famous for making these really intricate completely crowd scenes, kind of like the way Perez does, but he would do them in shapes. So, and he would do them on the spot, on walls and stuff, right? Well, he passed away. He had a heart attack, and his family, the day he passed away, somebody took all that and in memoriam started generating AI art and started selling shit and all that. So in the middle of all this stuff, and everyone was like doing all these memoriams and stuff, his family was seeing all this art that looked like him, but they couldn't spot where the money was coming in from those royalties.
Yeah.
And come to find out, it came from people just from this AI generator that did this. So it's just this one artist that did that. This one company for this one artist, and if I think of the name, I'll mention it. But anyway, make a long story short, it's exactly like Mark said. It's complete, total highway robbery.